Okay. I have slightly of a good news for me, but I don't know if you call it good news for you guys. But I am not playing this crappy, shitty piece of shit of a game anymore. So this video will mainly be about me telling you guys why I find this game to be utterly, horribly crap. So, to those of you who've been diligently and patiently watching through this entire playthrough, I really do say thank you that you find it enjoyable on some extent, that you will watch it. And I would like to say thank you for actually watching it, because I was not having fun playing this game at all. So you guys want to listen to why I think this game is an utter piece of shit, then stay. If not, then I would see you in the next playthrough, and I hope you find some enjoyment in this playthrough at least. So, if you're still listening, I'm guessing you want to hear why I find this game to be an utter piece of shit. So, let us start with the graphics. Now, I don't have anything bad to say about the graphics. I say the graphics of the game is exactly like Dead Island. Exactly like it. There is no improvement whatsoever. It is the exact same graphic quality. And this is being, what you're seeing right now is being like at maximum possible. Because, you know, since it's using the same engine as Dead Island, since it's using an engine that is like 5 years ago, I think. Well, however long ago. My computer can actually handle it with perfect strength, whatever. So, I would have to say that the graphics of this game is okay. The setting of this game is a copy of Dead Island. It's set in a tropical rainforest, but this time it's flooded. Then after you get out of that, you're in the city, which is slightly flooded. So really the only difference between the settings of the first and second game is that there's water. A lot more water. And that's it. That's all there is to the difference between this game and the last game. So, that is a very huge disappointment. Okay, this thing is really annoying me. I'm going to switch to... Okay, thank you. Okay, so, that is a huge disappointment in graphics-wise. Environment-wise, it's still a huge disappointment because it's the exact same thing. It's set in a tropical island. You didn't really go anywhere. You might as well set this on the same fucking island as his last game. Except one thing. This game is dramatically smaller. Okay? The first map is like a quarter of the first game's map. I'm not even kidding. In the first game, you actually had to use a vehicle to get around. This game, you could just walk everywhere and you wouldn't feel like you're wasting time. So, graphics-wise, I say this game is just lacking in creativity because it's exactly like the first game. And that is a huge disappointment. So moving on to the sound, I think the sound in this game is also slightly a huge disappointment because of the voice acting. I'm fine with the 4 main characters, but the new ones are slightly a bit annoying and it's not really good. Also, okay, I'm just gonna show you this gun right here. I don't care how realistic you want it to be. So, I'm gonna warn you to cover your ears because this is a freakishly loud ass gun. Yeah, that is the sound of this gun. I'm gonna fire it one more time in case the first shot blew your ears out. So here we go. I don't fucking care how realistic you want a gun to sound, but that is just awful. This gun is awful. It should not ever be this loud. Ever.
We should resupply. Make sure we have what we need.
Because
you don't want to run out of fucking
why would you make
when
it
those bastards are closing in on you?
so loud? It is actually ridiculously stupid.
Maybe there's something useful.
Oh. Sorry, I still like items. Okay, so let's talk about the gameplay.
Resupply. Make sure we have what we need.
And this is the hugest problem, the biggest, nastiest problem in this game so far, and that is the gameplay of Dead Island Riptide. It is, comparing to Dead Island, an utter piece of shit. Now let me explain to you why that is. First of all, zombies in this game do 10 times more damage. I'm not sure if that's true, but it feels like they're doing 10 times more damage to you. Because in the first game, I remember specifically that you can take many hits from regular zombies. Okay? Many hits from regular zombies. In this game, you can take approximately 3 hits, and then you're down. Are you joking? What? Okay, so this wouldn't be a huge problem if they improved the combat system, which they didn't improve the combat system. So when you don't improve the combat system and you make zombies hit like 10 times harder, you make the combat of this melee combat of this game utterly useless. Now, let me explain to you why the combat of this game is terrible. Melee combat, okay, is this thing. So let me tell you something. This thing, look at it. It's like roughly a feet long, right? But the thing is, look at that. I'm standing like what, 1-2 feet away from the wall, and it's not even hitting it. Or is it not showing? Okay, it's just not showing. It's just that terrible. Okay, never mind. Okay, so right here, 2 feet away from the window, roughly, right? So, nope, not hitting it. So let me step one little bit closer. Nope, not hitting it. A little bit closer. A little bit closer. Are you kidding me? Now it's not working at all. You know, I would like it if it actually works, and I didn't even realize this at first.
You don't want to run out of fucking ammunition when those bastards are closing in on you.
But you can't hit a wall in this game, are you kidding me? Okay, this works. So, so as you can see, I'm like literally a feet away from this door. 1 feet, okay? And only then can I actually hit it. Sometimes. Sometimes I can hit it, sometimes I can't. And that's the big problem with this combat system. If I move just like slightly bit away, look at that. I am no longer able to hit this thing. Why? Explain to me why I can't reach this thing. I am standing approximately 1 feet away from this window. This thing, as you can see, obviously right there in my hands, is at least a feet long. Literally, I can hold this thing to my stomach and it would reach that window with no problem at all. Okay? So if I step a tiny bit closer, nope, still not it. Oh my god, now it's just not hitting it anymore. Oh. Okay, there you go. Fine. So, see, that's terrible. This thing can only reach 1 feet in front of me. Now, the reason why that is terrible is because if you include this weapon's length and my arm, it should have been able to reach at least 2 or 3 feet in front of me. Yes? Agree? This weapon is at least a feet long, and I highly doubt anybody has arms that are less than roughly 2 feet long at least. Okay? So usually, that's how it works. The weapon and the length of your arm add together, which give you the range of that weapon in front of you for melee combat. Most games that have melee combat does that extremely well. This game does not, because it was lazy. This game was so lazy in development that they didn't even bother to actually make that each weapon has its own reach, and that is a huge problem. In this game, it has 2 different reaches. This right here, any weapon that is slightly short, okay, will have a reach of 1 feet long, roughly. That is how this game works. Any weapon that has slightly longer reach will have approximately, I think, 2 to 3 feet range. So I can probably step back to about, not that much, here. Yeah, this is about 2 feet away from that window, and if I'm having, say, a katana, a shovel, or anything like that, it will be able to reach that window. You may be thinking, oh, that's really good. No, it's not. Okay? No, it's not. A katana is at least 3 feet in length. At least. I'm not even kidding. It's at least 3 feet in length. A shovel? Okay. Have you ever seen a shovel that's only 2 feet long? Okay, don't answer that, because I'm pretty sure there is a shovel somewhere out there that is 2 feet long, but a shovel in this game is definitely not 2 feet long. Okay? It's at least 3 feet long. So, when I pick up a katana or a shovel, I expect it to reach more than 3 feet. Why? Because my arms is at least 2 to 3 feet long. That added in with a 3 feet long weapon, it should give me a reach of at least 5 feet. Okay? 4 feet if not, you know, if you're like just holding it like close to your body, and when you swing it, it should increase to 4.5, maybe 5 feet long. So, that's how I expected weapons in this game to work, but it doesn't. And that is the worst thing you can do in a close combat based system of a game. Because you don't do that, logic, when you play this game, common sense and logic kicks in and say that, what? I should have been able to hit that zombie even if he was like right there. But since this game has that restriction of 1 feet and 3 feet for any weapon that is short or long, relatively, and so since everything is just gathered together in that respect, you don't know what weapon falls into the category of being short and what weapon falls into the category of being long. So which weapon hits for only 1 feet in front of you, and which weapon only hits for 3 feet in front of you. So we run into that huge problem of whiffing. In the beginning of this game, I got just completely pissed off at this game and its combat system because I am whiffing enemies. I can just swing like this and I expect my weapon to hit that zombie, but it does not. For the simple reason of I'm using a weapon that looks like it's 2 feet long, but since it's a short weapon, it falls into that category of being short, which reduces its effective range. That when you range to only 1 feet. So when I swing, I miss. When I miss, the zombie has a free hit. You see the problem now? Yeah, because when I miss and a zombie get a free hit, first thing is it staggers me, which is real, okay, and it takes a third of my health away, a third, and that is where it's not okay. Because of the combat system in this game, which is terrible to begin with, and then you put it together with a hugely damaging regular zombie, you made for a shitty ass game that you constantly die in for no apparent reason. Well, okay, you got killed. But it shouldn't be like that. You can't make something hit so hard and require so much skill to actually kill without improving your combat system. That is not okay. Because when you die in this game, you don't blame yourself. You blame the combat system. And that is terrible. Okay? Games should not be like that. When you die in a game, you should be blaming yourself. Okay, I do that for most games. If I find a game with decent combat system and a decent skill-based combat system, and enemies that are damaging, and then when I die, I usually blame myself. Example would be Dark Souls. Okay, can't wait for number 2, by the way. But anyways, that game pulled off melee combat perfectly. Every weapon has its own reach, every weapon has its own length, and it actually includes your arms into when you swing a weapon. And that's how it should be, okay? So, when you have good combat like Dark Souls and enemies hit for a shit ton of damage, it's fine. Because you have a dodging capability. Shut up. Shut up, May. Or Xian, sorry. May. Wow. Anyways, when you have a type of combat system like that, and you have tough enemies, it's fine. Because when you die, it's mainly the player's fault. Really, it is mainly the player's fault. So, since I talk about that, it reminds me of another thing. This game does not have a dodging system. Okay? You can say jumping from side to side is dodging, but it's not. It's jumping from side to side. That is not dodging in any respect. And look at this. You don't even move that far. So what's the point, right? There isn't really any. So since there is no dodging capability into the combat of this game, and the weapon reach is basically 1 feet or 3 feet, the zombies in this game hit for a shit ton of damage. All that added together make for a completely shitty ass game that it should not be this hard. Okay? So, lies the problem with the game trying to be melee-centric zombie killing game. If you So, in turn, when you find your first gun, guess what? You would never use a melee weapon again. And you might be saying, but Bill, you're using a cheat that allows you to have infinite amount of ammo. Well, I try to play this game without cheats. Okay? And I find that it's actually relatively easy to find ammo. Because there are so many people just scattered around this area that you can just walk up to and talk, and then they will sell you ammo. Not only that, there's ammo scattered everywhere. There really is. Like, you have no idea how much ammo there is in this area until you actually play this game without cheats and actually start picking up ammo. So, really, and also, if you run out of ammo for one weapon, example, this gun, you can just switch it out for this gun. And then after that, you switch it out for this gun. And then after that, you switch it out for this gun. And by then, this gun would have full ammo again. Yay! Alright. So, as you can see, the biggest problem with Dead Island Riptide is its combat system. I completely despise it. It should not, in any means, be this hard. Okay, to actually control and be this frustrating to play. Okay, so let me talk about the story since I got the combat out of the way. The story of this game is bland. It's literally one of the worst stories I've ever heard in my entire life. Okay, not really. But it's also very non-intuitive, ingenious. Creative. There. You know what? I'm going to reuse the word. I try not to, but I couldn't find a good synonym.
We should resupply. Make sure we have what we need.
The story of this game, let me summarize it for you. You're stuck on an island and you're trying to get off. Sound familiar? Yeah. Yeah, it is exactly like the first game. There is no difference. You're stuck on a fucking island and you're trying to find a way off of it. Wow, what a creative and an intuitive story that the game developer decided to go with. What? It's exactly the same thing as the first game. You can't do that. I'm sorry, but you can't just say, oh, this is a survival game. No, it's not. It's not a survival game on any means, because you're killing massive amount of zombies and you're not doing anything to survive. Okay, you're not gathering food for you to eat. You're not gathering supplies to build a shelter. But actually you are. Well, we'll come back to that in a bit. And it doesn't feel like a survival game because, well, you're just killing way too many zombies. You're more of a mercenary than anything. This is basically an action game, not a survival game. It doesn't feel like I'm surviving. It feels like I'm going through the motions again. Alright, so this game introduces a new system, which I forgot to talk about in the gameplay, but we can talk about it now, which is this. This is your team management system, or basically your side quest central. What this is that your team, okay, that are the people that you meet, sometime will say, hey, I need you to go look for stuff for me so that I can upgrade and have better weapons to sell you. First of all, why are you selling me weapons that you somehow attain when there's a zombie apocalypse right outside your door? And I'm the only one that I can actually kill zombies because I'm immune. Why are you selling them to me? Again, that is another aspect of the game that is not survival based. And why on earth am I doing errands in this game so much? This game is a tedious menial chore. Basically in this game, what you're going to be hearing a lot is, hey, can you go do that for me? Can you go do this for me? Find me some tree bark, find me some algae, find me some batteries, find me some wires, find me some ammo, find me some food, find me some insulin, find me some... You get the point. You get the point, right? That's the basic quest of this game. Find me this, find me that. Okay? You are a maid or a butler in this game. Okay? And that's what you are. You're doing chores, you're doing manual labor for everybody in this game. Why? I don't know. Why are you doing manual labor for everybody that you come across? Who knows? A lot of people in this game ask you to do stuff that are so stupid. Okay, I need you to show me the map to find a secret base so I can get off this island. Oh wait, before I show that to you, you need to go find me some insulin so I can help my brother. Okay, in that situation, I would take out my shovel that is on fire and hit him with it. And let's see then if he still refuses to tell me the location of where I need to go. Let's see, really, in that situation, I would literally take out a fucking machete and chop his legs off. Okay, that's what I would have done. And then take out a freaking flare and then, yeah, okay. That's my own personal fantasy, but you get my point. Why am I doing chores for people that should be helping me? And people that doesn't help me, why am I still doing their chores if I can just take out said shovel on fire and hit them with it? Why am I not doing that? Second of all, me, am a survival from a first island, got stuck on this second island, but people still don't trust me. Why? Who knows? Why am I not stronger? Why am I still being surprised by zombies? I don't know. There's no character progression. It literally feels like you are a newborn survivor, which you're not because you've already survived the first island, being put on this island for the very first time. It doesn't make sense to me, okay? And also, the story doesn't progress in any respect. Meaning, you don't find out why you're immune. Why are these people immune? Anybody can answer that to me? Because the first game didn't tell us why they're immune. And this game, so far, doesn't tell us why they're immune. And I read it up and watched it, and it doesn't tell you why they're immune even if you finish this game. And that's another reason why I stopped playing. It's like, wow, so there's no story progression at all. What I found about the story of this game is that you basically go through the motions, finish the game, and then you fly off or ride off on a boat somewhere in another helicopter. Who knows? Okay? Who knows? But that's the end of this game. Really, that's it. You just move on. And you don't find out why you're immune. You apparently don't find out if you're going to turn into something badass, because as you remember, I already got to that point, your virus inside your body have mutated a little bit, which is now giving you a little bit more strength. But somehow, that little bit more strength, doesn't really actually give you any strength at all. It really doesn't. You're not more resistant to zombies, you're not stronger, you're not faster. Oh my god, faster. This right here is utterly horrific. This is your movement. I seriously do not remember your movement to be so slow. Look at this. It is so slow. Moving anywhere without sprinting is just not okay. Okay? Wow. So, really, what are the positives of this game? I'm going to try to summarize down the positives for you. Yeah, that is basically the positives of this game. I'm not even joking for you. There is no positive of this game. Why? Because any positive that you can think of is a copy off of Dead Island. And can you really say that is a positive? No, you can't. This is a sequel. It's supposed to have different things. And when all of your positive derives from the first game, that is not okay. You have to have some differences that is also a positive for me to actually include it in any respect in my own, thought. So, what are the negatives? Well, I'm going to summarize it all down for you. The sound of this game, that is not okay. And sorry, I didn't warn you beforehand. But that is not okay. Okay? That gun is way too loud. That is the worst thing I have ever seen in a game. Voice acting is terrible. So the sound of this game is mediocre at best. The graphics of this game is also mediocre at best, because the setting, the environment, all of it is the goddamn same thing. And the graphics is the goddamn same thing in the first game. So mediocre. The gameplay is utter shit. It's literally so bad that is the main reason why I will not play this game any longer. It is very, very bad. Let me put you in perspective here. I actually cheated on my first playthrough. Okay? On my first game. On the first game with unlimited ammo also. But I found that so much more fun to play, because if I get bored of weapons, I can just go melee combat. Because the melee combat in this game, then that game is still the same, but zombies don't do barely any damage to you at the very end of the game, because you're so strong that by then it feels more fun. It feels like you are basically a god and you're just running around with machete cutting heads off. That's what you feel like, and the game delivers on that. It's a zombie killing spree game, and that's fine. In this game, it's not okay because zombie does so much more damage and the combat system is the same. I'm not okay with that. The combat system in this game is utter shit. Okay? Sound quality is, I said sound. Story, I meant the story. It's utter shit. It's not even a story. You're set on an island and now you're trying to find your way off. A couple things happen here and there. That's not even worth mentioning. And you don't find out why you're immune. You don't find out at the end if you're going to become a mutant. You don't find out at the end basically anything. So, yeah, this game, terrible. Please, for the love of all that is good in gaming, do not buy this game. Do not waste your money buying this utter piece of shit. Because after this video is done, after I finish making this video right here, I'm gonna go and delete this game off my computer and pretend I never play it, because that's how bad it is. Okay, a score for this game, even though I didn't finish it, I think I have played enough of it to tell you the score. Okay, I have read up on it, I have played it enough to actually give you a finalized score here. I give this game a 4 out of 10. A 4. Because it's not fun to play. It's literally not fun. The only reason why it gets a 4, because it's playable. It's playable and is better than most games, and is not broken in any way. Okay? The combat is feasible, but it's not good. So, that is my thoughts and my score for Dead Island Riptide. My throat is now dead because I am talking way too much and way too loud.
I could just get some sleep.
So, let me tell you one more time. Please, please do not buy this game. Because it sucks. It seriously sucks. It is one of the worst games. Actually, if I can think back, this is the worst game I have played this year. The worst. Out of all the games I have played this year, this is the worst. This is worse than Aliens Colonial Marines. Okay, not really. It's on the same level of badness as Alien Colonial Marines. Let's face it. This game and Alien Colonial Marines are the worst game of the year so far. And that is terrible. Wow. Am I disappointed in Dead Island Riptide? I expected so much more. I expected to be improved so much more than the first game. And I got the completely opposite. They made it worse than the first game. Okay. That is my thought. That is my review on this game. I hope you now will not buy this game. Ever. Okay, after listening to that. I don't know how you would even think of buying this game after listening to that. But if you do buy it, please don't. Please know that there is no improvement over the first game. I would actually say to you right now, go and buy the first game. Buy the first game and play that instead. If you have never played Dead Island before, go buy the first game. It is actually much better. Okay, so thank you for listening to this very long-winded review of Dead Island Riptide. But I had to state all the problems that it has, and I have to express my feelings on this game for you guys, so that you guys do not go out there and buy this game expecting something else. Okay, thank you for listening. Thank you for being patient with this playthrough, and I will see you hopefully for a better game in the future.